Once again, we're comparing two population means where we have independent samples. But this time, instead of being given the raw data, we're given the summary statistics. Here for the sample from population 1, the sample size, sample mean, sample standard deviation. And the same thing from the sample from population 2. Notice they told us the population was normal. Well, that saves us some trouble. We don't have to do the box plots and probability plots. So let's go ahead and before I start up the TI-83, let's set up our hypotheses. The null is that there's no difference between these population means. The alternate is that there is a difference. So it's a two-tailed test. So let's turn on our TI-83. We press Stat, press the right arrow to highlight tests, and what we want is the two-sample t-test. T because we don't know the population standard deviations. So we select that. But we don't want data here, we want stats. So I press the right arrow key to highlight stats and hit enter. And so this information here I'm going to be entering in here. So the mean from sample 1, that's our 111. The sample standard deviation from sample 1 is the 8.6. The sample size of sample 1 is 20. The sample mean from sample 2 is the 104. The sample standard deviation from sample 2 is the 9.2. And the sample size for sample 2 is 20. Scroll down to show all this. And notice our alternate hypothesis is the not equal. So we need to highlight this and then hit enter. Pooled, we always say no because we do not know that the population standard deviations or population variances are equal. So highlight calculate and hit enter. So our p-value, which is a 1.75%, that is smaller than our level of significance here. So we're going to reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternate, that there is a statistically significant difference between these two population means. Why don't we go ahead and see how big the difference is? So we press Stat, go over to Test, and we go down here to the two-sample t-int. Make sure Stats is highlighted. All that data is already entered in, so there's not very much work for us to do. All we need to do is set the C level, the confidence level. Let's make it 0.95. Hit enter. Pooled, of course, will be no. So highlight calculate and hit enter. So we are 95% confident that the difference between these two population means is between 1.2984 and 12.702. Notice that these are both positive values, so the entire interval is above 0. So it agrees with the conclusion of our hypothesis test.